Welcome to another episode of Watch Once Over. My name is Big E. Today we're going to be looking at the Mr. G MRGB 2000R-1A. This is the Casio winning color, Mr. G. And before we start, you can pick this watch up at azfinetime.com. And this is their information, and ask for Colin or Gary, and they'll be happy to help you out. Now, before we get into this watch, I just want to say I really love this watch. It doesn't have a whole lot of negative, but it does have two that really stick out to me for a price point of $3,000. And one of them is this strap. This strap needs to be cut if you want to size it. And I really don't think at $3,000 that's something that Casio could address. And the other thing is, this watch doesn't have a GPS reception. It just has Bluetooth and multiband 6. That's okay. It's just as accurate, but I'd rather it have a satellite acquisition so you can pick up that signal anywhere in the world. Other than those two things, this watch is fantastic. Now, let's just get right into it. The band is awesome. This strap is made of floral rubber. That's not your regular run-of-the-mill silicone rubber or vulcanized rubber. This is floral rubber. That means it is it's like impregnated with carbon, and it is impervious to oils, UV light, diesel fuel, and different kind of hazards that most things it would degrade most rubbers. So this is a really excellent rubber strap, and it's called floral rubber, and it is up to par when it comes to G-Shock. So then other than that, you get a dual deployment clasp, which is real nice. And with the Mr. G right there engraved under that. And that's really nice. And let's start with the top of the case. You get this lovely bezel, which is it's a titanium bezel, but then it's like called recrystallized titanium, and so you get the crystallized pattern on there. I'm trying to capture that. If you can see that down by the Mr. G, it kind of looks like something in Superman's palace. Those crystals, you can see the little shards of crystals in there, and that's really rugged. And this can take a lot of bumps and knocks without anything happening to it. And now this also is what is that coating called? It's diamond-like coating. It's diamond-like coating with a deep layer hardening process, and it is really even and really great. And this stuff can take knocks and bangs, and the watch is going to look like this for many, many, many years to come because of the technology that Casio put into preserving the way this watch looks. And next to that, you have these 4 titanium screws that hold the bezel in, and that is the same pattern that is on the band, and that's called a Bicheron tortoise shell finish. That's what that's called. That's that pattern. Now, looking close, you have a anti-reflective flat crystal. Now that is a super clear crystal, and then you get a dial that. I'm trying to zoom in on this dial a little bit. You have a dial with that diamond pattern, and that is like a what is that called? It's like a Japanese scale pattern, and then around the edge of the dial around here, you get like a folding fan. Let me see if I can get that right angle. You get like a folding fan pattern, and then the indices are curved down like a Japanese samurai sword. And look inside the sub dial on the right, you get that fan pattern again with lovely blue accents. The hands are sword style hand with a blue second hand with a white tip for legibility. And this is hooked up to your phone via Bluetooth. You have a LED light. You also have Neo Bright on the hands and at the end of the indices, and that's going to last all night. This formula, Neo Bright, whatever you're using, I don't think it's the same as some of the other G-Shocks because this lasts a really long time. Now, looking at the crown, you get a screw down crown with the MRG on the crown. Now these two buttons next to the crown and this one over here have a special protective sleeve. So if you push this button, I'm trying to see if I can capture this. If you push this button, nothing will happen. You kind of got to get your nail in the button and push it down. And then you see it lights up. Now, these watches have the latest in Casio technology for the motors. So I'm going to do a time swap. Hold it down for a couple seconds. Watch how fast the hands change. So now you have your home time has changed and your away time has changed. I'll swap it back. Look how fast that is. That must have took maybe 2 seconds to change the time zone. So this is connected differently than the regular G-Shock apps. This one has what they call a constant connection, and so say your phone changes, this one will give you an automatic update, and also the multiband 6 connects 6 times a day on this one instead of I think 3 or 4. So this one is a lot more accurate and it keeps up more with your phone because it has more of a constant connection, and it also has a multiband 6 that is upgraded to acquire that atomic signal more often a day. Now, down there at 4:30, you have a date box, and it's beveled, as you can see there. It's really lovely, and this dial just pops, and in the sunlight, you get a couple different angles when you hit it in the sun, and then the pattern pops out. I'm trying to make it do it. See, it looks flat black there. Then notice up by the top, by 12 o'clock, you can start seeing the triangles come in. And then as I transition down, you can see more of that pattern, which is a beautiful thing. Now, on the back, you get a titanium back, which is hyperallergenic, and you get all the different designations, and you get a Mr. G in the middle, which is a real nice relief. Now, this back is titanium. Of course, it's a sapphire, and it's just a really great watch, and it's worth every penny. Now, I'm going to do some quick measurements, and the watch is really light. It's a bigger watch. I'm going to get a 48 diagonally. Now, the lug to lug is hard to measure because it is integrated lugs. So I'm going to do just the case right here. And that's going to be about a 54. That's going to be about a 54. And then the thickness is going to be about a 16. So this watch will fit really well. You see the band pull straight down. So for smaller wrists, it'll fit real well on there. I'll try it on my wrist, which is 7.25 inches. And that's what it looks like on my wrist. And this color combination is fantastic, and you don't really get how nice this watch looks unless you see it in a video. You really won't get this look off of stock pictures, you know, the colorway, and it looks even better in person. It's pulled back, it's subdued, it's not in your face. I know it's rose gold, but it doesn't attract as much attention as you might think. So this is kind of like a stealth wealth thing, whereas you know you paid $3 grand for the watch, but nobody else is going to know that. So if you want a nice watch, this is it. It has 200 meters of water resistance, 26 months of power reserve, multi-band 6, Bluetooth, all titanium, It has a special floral rubber band. And let's do a quick loom shot before we go. And this is the Neo Bright, and that's what it looks like. Last all night. Neo Bright in this formula is really good. I don't know what it is. I apologize for that. But that's the watch once over. This is the Mr. G Casio. Let me know what you think about it. My name is Big E. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless.